Chosen one, stop scrolling. Because while you were sleeping last night, a meeting was officially placed on heaven's calendar with your name on it. I need you to read that sentence one more time, in your spirit, slowly. Because I did not say someday, I did not say maybe, I did not say if you do everything right. I said a meeting has been placed on the calendar, a date, a real, actual, written down moment in time, sealed by the hand of God himself, with your name on one side and the name of the one who is coming for you on the other. And beloved, I know exactly why this video found you tonight. I know exactly the kind of week you have been having. I know exactly what your spirit has been carrying these past 2-3 weeks, because heaven told me before I sat down to record this. You are tired, not the kind of tired that sleep can fix, the bone-deep tired, the tired of waiting for something you cannot prove is coming. The tired of being strong in front of everyone all day and then falling apart in the shower at night where nobody can hear it. The tired of deleting the dating app for the 10th time, swearing this time you mean it, and then re-downloading it 3 days later out of sheer loneliness. The tired of the quiet voice that whispers when you turn off the light. Maybe it will never happen for me. Maybe I really am the exception. Maybe God forgot to write me into the story. I know about Sunday evenings, the way the loneliness lands the heaviest right when the weekend starts to die. The way you sit on the edge of the bed at 7 p.m. on a Sunday with the light fading outside the window and you feel something inside you quietly crack. I know about the wedding invitations. I know about the engagement announcements that keep popping up on your feed from people you went to high school with, people who used to be behind you in life, people you did not even know were dating. I know about the smile you put on in public and the silent ache you carry home. I know about the prayers you have stopped praying out loud because you are tired of hearing your own voice ask for the same thing over and over. But chosen one, hear me. Something has shifted. And I am not the only one trying to tell you. Your own body has been trying to tell you. Have you been crying for no reason lately? Sudden tears in the middle of nothing, in the car, in the grocery store, while making coffee, with no trigger you can name. Have you been dreaming of a person whose face you cannot quite see? A presence, a warmth, a shape standing just out of focus, and waking up reaching for them? Have you felt a strange restlessness in your chest, a fluttering that is not anxiety, a pulling that does not have a destination? Have you been waking up at 3:33 in the morning? At 4:44? Glancing at the clock and feeling like the universe was trying to whisper a message you almost understood? Type 444 in the comments right now if any of that is happening to you. Type 444 as your evidence that you are not making this up, you are not crazy, you are not imagining it. Beloved, listen to me carefully. That is not depression. That is not anxiety. That is not something wrong with you. That is heaven preparing you. That is your spirit waking up because your name was just spoken in a meeting you were not invited to witness. A meeting in the courts of heaven, where the date was set, where the timing was confirmed, where Archangel Michael himself received his orders and stepped out to begin moving the pieces into place. Your body knows before your mind does. Your spirit knows before your eyes can see it. The tears, the dreams, the restlessness, the 3 a.m. wake-ups, those are not symptoms of something breaking. Those are symptoms of something arriving. And here is what I have to tell you. The thing I have been holding back since the first sentence. God himself has set the date. Not a season, not a vague window, a date. Archangel Michael is the one coordinating the timing. Moving people, removing obstacles, opening doors, closing the wrong ones, lining up the exact ordinary moment that is about to become the holiest moment of your entire life. And your future spouse, beloved, at this exact moment on the other side of wherever you are sitting right now, in a city you may or may not have ever been to, is feeling the exact same urgency, the same restlessness, the same waking at strange hours, the same inexplicable knowing that something is about to change. You are not alone in this season. You have never been alone in this season. You have been walking it in parallel with someone whose spirit has been responding to the same signals as yours on the same timeline, under the same hand of God. before I tell you what heaven revealed about your first meeting, the date, the place, the moment, the way you will know, I need you to do one thing for me. One small thing. Because this message did not find you by accident. The algorithm did not push you here. Heaven did. You were led to this video tonight because you needed to hear it tonight. So if you can feel that in your spirit even a little, take 1 second right now and subscribe to this channel and turn on the bell. Not later. Now. Because tomorrow's prophetic word is going to confirm what you are about to hear today, and the enemy is counting on you forgetting to come back. Subscribing is not a small click. It is a spiritual yes. It is you telling heaven, keep speaking, I am listening. I will not miss what you are sending. Now stay right here with me. Do not move, because what I'm about to tell you about the meeting heaven just arranged is going to change the way you wake up tomorrow morning. Beloved, before I tell you about the meeting, you have to understand who you are to God in this. Because if you receive what I'm about to say about your future spouse, but you do not first receive what God says about you, the whole message will land in the wrong soil and you will not be able to hold what is coming. So slow down with me. Breathe. Soften the part of you that has been bracing for disappointment your entire life. Because this part is not a warning, it is not an instruction, it is not a lesson. This is a love letter, written in the handwriting of heaven, addressed to the deepest place inside you that has been waiting your whole life to hear what I am about to say. You are not leftover. You hear me? You are not leftover. You are not the one God forgot. You are not the version he ran out of time to finish. You are not too much. You are not too late. You are not too complicated, too healed, too tender, too unhealed, too old, too young, too tired, too anything. Every lie you have ever swallowed about why you have been waiting this long, every single one, is exposed in this moment as a counterfeit story planted in your spirit to keep you from receiving what was always yours. The truth is this: you are a covenant child. Your love story was not written last year. It was not written when you turned 18. It was not written when you started praying about it. Your love story was written before the foundation of the world, before there was a sun, before there was a sea, before there was breath in any human lung. God spoke your name, and in the very same breath, without pausing, without separating the syllables, he spoke the name of the one who would belong to you. The two names were spoken together. They have been linked in the spirit since before time had a beginning. That is who you are in this story. Not a hopeful single person, not a candidate, not an applicant. A covenant child whose love story is already written, already sealed, already guarded. And beloved, hear me. The reason your journey has been longer than other people's journeys is not because you are less. It is because you are more. Ordinary love would not have been enough for you. Ordinary love would have shrunk you. Ordinary love would have dimmed you. Ordinary love would have made you small in the very places God needs you tall. So heaven would not allow it. Every almost relationship that did not work out, that was not rejection, that was protection. Every door that closed in your face, that was heaven's hand pulling it shut so the wrong person could not enter your story and ruin the architecture of what was being built. Every heartbreak you survived was not heaven failing you. It was heaven removing a wrong door so the right door could remain visible. Let that land. Every single person who walked away from you was supposed to. Every single person who chose someone else was being redirected by heaven so they would not contaminate what was being prepared. Every single time you sat in your car after a breakup wondering what was wrong with you, there was nothing wrong with you. The wrongness was theirs. Their spirit was not mature enough to recognize you. Their hands were not clean enough to hold you. Their calling was not large enough to walk beside yours. So God moved them, mercifully, sometimes painfully, but always on purpose. And I want you to picture something with me, because the Spirit is showing me this, and I will not keep it to myself. In the courts of heaven, beloved, there is a scroll, a real scroll, with your name written at the top of it in the handwriting of God. And on that scroll, in detail, is the entire story of the love that has been prepared for you. The day you will meet, the way you will know, the first conversation, the first laugh. The first time they make you cry tears that are not sad. The first time you fall asleep in their arms and feel safer than you have ever felt in your life. The wedding, the home, the years, all of it written. And that scroll is not sitting somewhere unguarded. It is sealed with the blood of Jesus. And there are angels standing around it, posted as watchmen. And no demon, no enemy, no past mistake, no person from your past, no curse, no delay, no fear can break that seal. It has held through every storm of your life. It is still holding tonight. Type yes in the comments right now if your spirit is leaning forward as I describe this. Type yes because your agreement matters. Type yes because heaven is listening. And beloved, I have to address what you are carrying right now, because the Spirit told me you would not be able to receive this fully until I named it out loud. The shame. The shame about the past. The shame about the relationships you stayed in too long. The shame about the bodies you gave away when you were looking for love and could not find it. The shame about the years you feel you wasted. The shame about the trust you handed to people who were never going to honour it. The shame about the version of you who did not know better, who settled, who lowered the standard, who broke their own boundaries in the dark because the loneliness was louder than the wisdom. Hear me. None of it disqualifies you. None of it. Not one moment of it. Not the youngest mistake, not the most recent one, not the one you have never told anyone, not the one you are still ashamed to think about when you are alone. None of it broke the seal. The covenant is still intact. The scroll is still whole. The angels are still standing. The blood that paid for your love story paid for it in full, and heaven is not asking you to keep paying for what has already been covered. Lay it down. Tonight. Right now. Lay down every story you have been telling yourself about why you do not deserve what is coming, because heaven does not agree with those stories and never has. You were not lost in those years, beloved. You were being formed. You were not failing in those seasons. You were being filtered. You were not behind. You were being built. Hear this slowly. You were never single. You were being sanctified. You were never alone. You were being prepared. You were never forgotten. You were being hidden, the way heaven always hides what it considers most precious until the hands ready to receive it have been properly prepared. The one who is coming for you is going to look at every chapter of your past, and every single one, including the ones you are most afraid to show, and they are not going to flinch. They are not going to recoil. They are not going to use it against you. They are going to look at it the way God looks at it. They are going to see the survival in it, the strength in it, the depth it carved into you, the compassion it built in you, the wisdom it gave you. They are going to thank God for every storm you walked through, because every storm shaped the soul they fell in love with. I need to pause here because there is something you need to have in your hands before we go further. I put together a prophetic guide for chosen ones in exactly this season, the season right before the meeting. Inside it are the 7 unmistakable signs your divine spouse is approaching, and the specific prayers heaven has been releasing to accelerate the encounter. It is waiting for you in the pinned comment below this video. Go find it now before we continue. Download it tonight, not tomorrow, because what I am about to share next will only land with its full weight once you have what is inside that guide working in your spirit. The message you are listening to is the announcement. The guide is the preparation. You need both. Now come back to me, beloved. Sit close. Because once you truly understand who you are in this story, the next part is going to make your spirit stand up. Let me show you what is happening right now in the unseen. Right now, as you hear my voice, something is happening on the other side of your life that you cannot see with your eyes, but heaven has given me permission to describe to you in detail. So lean in, because I am about to take you behind the veil into the room where your future spouse is standing. In this exact moment, right now, beloved, they are waking up with an urgency they cannot explain. Some mornings they are sitting up in bed before the alarm even goes off, heart pounding for no reason, breathing a little too fast, feeling like something is about to change, but unable to name what it is. Now, they keep saying to themselves something is coming, something is shifting, something is about to happen, but they have no word for it, no face for it, no scripture for it. It is just a knowing that lives under their skin. That knowing is you. Their spirit is responding to the announcement heaven has already made about you, even though their mind has not yet been let in on the secret. Right now, they are looking around at their life and suddenly seeing it differently. The job that used to feel fine no longer fits. The city that used to feel like home suddenly feels too small. The friend group they have leaned on for years suddenly feels shallow. The relationship they were entertaining out of comfort, they just ended it, or they are about to, because their spirit is making room. They do not know why. They cannot explain it to the people around them. But something in them is clearing the path, throwing things out, letting things die, walking away from chapters they would have stayed in for years if heaven had not stirred their waters. Right now they are kneeling beside their bed at night and praying a prayer they have never prayed before. Not a casual prayer, not the polite prayer. The kind of prayer that comes out in pieces, because they are crying too hard to finish the sentences. They are asking God for the one. They do not know your name, they have never seen your face, but they are crying out for you. By spirit, by longing, by the ache that has been growing in them for weeks. And every single one of those tears is being collected by heaven and counted as a deposit on the meeting that has already been scheduled. Right now, they are dreaming about you. And listen carefully, because this is important. They cannot see your face yet. Heaven is keeping it veiled until the meeting. But they can feel your presence. They wake up with the warmth of you still on their skin and no memory of why. They feel eyes they have never seen. They hear a voice in worship that they swear they recognize. They smell a scent in passing, a perfume, a cologne, a soap, a cooking spice from a kitchen, and something in their chest jumps for a half second, and they cannot understand why a smell would do that to them. That is you. That is your spirit reaching them across the distance. And right now, they are being cleansed. Heaven is performing a spiritual surgery on them in preparation for you. Old soul ties from past lovers are being severed in their sleep. Father wounds they thought they would carry forever are being lifted off them in moments they cannot explain. Mother wounds are being healed in conversations that are finally happening, or in the quiet release of conversations that finally are not. They are going to therapy, they are reading scripture again, they are repenting of things they used to defend. Their finances are repositioning, a debt cleared, a raise approaching, a wrong investment dissolved. Some of them are physically relocating, a move they did not plan. A city they did not expect, a job offer that arrived from nowhere. Heaven is moving them, beloved, geographically, spiritually, emotionally. Every move is to bring them closer to the moment your eyes will meet. Type 444 in the comments right now if your spirit is bearing witness. Type 444 because you are not just hearing this. You are recognizing it. And now turn your attention to yourself, beloved, because the same surgery is happening to you. You have been more intuitive lately, have you not? You have known things before they were said. You have felt people before they walked in the room. You have had moments of sudden sharp clarity about what to do, who to walk away from, what to stop tolerating. And the clarity has scared you a little because it is louder than it has ever been. That is not a coincidence. That is your spirit being sharpened for recognition. Heaven is upgrading your discernment because in the moment you meet them, you will need to know. You have also noticed old wounds rising to the surface lately, things you thought you had buried, memories you had not thought about in years showing up out of nowhere, a face from your past you had finally stopped grieving, a regret you thought was put to bed. They are not surfacing to punish you, they are surfacing to be healed before the meeting. Heaven does not bring you to the threshold of your covenant carrying baggage that belongs in a previous chapter. The pain is rising so it can be released. Your dreams have been intensifying too. Longer, stranger, more vivid. You wake up remembering more than you used to. Sometimes you wake up with one phrase echoing in your mind, or one image you cannot shake, or a feeling of having been somewhere holy that you cannot describe. Pay attention to those. Write them down if you can. Heaven is speaking. The frequency has been turned up because the moment is close. And certain songs lately, they hit different. You hear a lyric and your eyes well up and you do not even know why. Certain scents stop you in the middle of doing nothing. A perfume in a store, a cologne on a stranger walking past, a smell from someone's coat as you brush by them in a hallway, and something in your chest jumps and goes, that, I know that. You do not know how, you do not know who, but your soul has reached out and recognized something it has not yet met in the natural. That is the chord. That is the connection. That is your spirit and theirs already finding each other across the distance. And beloved, while all of this is happening on both sides, Archangel Michael is at work. He is the divine conductor over this entire arrangement. He has been given the assignment to coordinate the timing, and he is moving with the precision only heaven can move with. He is dispatching ministering angels in every direction. To the ex who keeps reaching out, he is closing that door. To the toxic friend who keeps draining your discernment, he is creating distance. To the financial trap that was set to delay you, he is exposing it. To the wrong job offer that looked good on paper, he is dissolving it. To every person, every situation, every assignment of the enemy that was strategically placed to derail the meeting, Michael is sending angels with swords drawn to remove the interference one by one. You have been wondering why certain things in your life have been falling apart lately. They are not falling apart, they are being cleared. And now, beloved, I want to paint you a picture of the meeting itself, of the moment heaven has already placed on the calendar. Lean in, because the Spirit is showing me this, and I want you to see it the way I am seeing it. It will be an ordinary day. That is the first thing. Not a special day, not a day you woke up expecting anything. A regular Tuesday, a random Thursday afternoon, a Saturday morning you almost spent in bed. You will not feel any cosmic anticipation when you wake up. You will brush your teeth like normal. You will get dressed like normal. You will leave the house like normal. And that is exactly how heaven works. The holiest appointments are hidden inside the most unremarkable hours. It will be an unremarkable place. A coffee shop you only stopped at because the line at your usual one was too long. A checkout line at a grocery store you do not normally shop at. An airport gate during a layover that was not supposed to happen because your first flight got delayed. A friend's gathering you almost did not go to. A work event you tried to get out of. A walk you took on a whim. A wrong turn that turned out to be the right one. The place will be so ordinary that later, when you tell people the story, they will laugh because it sounds too simple to be true. And then, the moment. Your eyes will lift. Their eyes will lift. And for 1/2 second that will feel like an entire lifetime, time will stop. The noise around you will dim. The people around you will blur. And in the silence between one heartbeat and the next, something in your spirit will say, clearly, calmly, without question, I know you. I have always known you. You will not understand how the words got there. You will not have permission to say them out loud, but they will rise up in you like they have been waiting your whole life for this exact second. And peace will flood your body. A peace that does not match the situation. A peace that has no logical reason to be there. Your shoulders will drop. Your breathing will slow. Something in your nervous system will recognize safety before your mind has even processed who is standing in front of you. That is the spiritual signature of a covenant connection. Counterfeits make you anxious. The real one makes you calm. And their spirit will whisper to them the same words in the same moment, this is the one. Before their mind catches up, before they know your name, before the first sentence has even been spoken, their soul will lean toward yours and recognize what it has been crying out for in the dark. They will not be able to explain it to themselves. They will spend days afterward replaying the moment, trying to understand why they felt what they felt. But the spirit already knows what the mind takes weeks to admit. Beloved, this is not fantasy. This is not poetry. This is not me trying to comfort you with a beautiful story so you can get through the night. This is on the calendar. The day is chosen. The hour is set. The room has been picked. The angels have their assignments. Your spirit and theirs are already responding to the countdown. The meeting is no longer a question of if. It is only a question of when. and the when is closer than your mind is currently willing to believe. But chosen one, before this meeting can happen, I have to warn you about something heaven showed me. And if you miss this, if you brush past it, if you let it go in one ear and out the other, you could delay your own divine appointment by months, maybe longer. I will not soften this part. I cannot. Heaven did not send me here to be polite tonight. Heaven sent me here to be honest with you, so sit up. Turn the volume up if you need to, because the next few minutes are the most important minutes of this entire message. Warning number 1. The enemy knows the date is set. He cannot read the scroll, but he can read the activity around it. He sees heaven moving. He sees Michael coordinating. He feels the angels assembling. He knows something significant is being released into your life, and even though he cannot stop the meeting itself, he can attempt to delay it. And beloved, that is exactly what he is doing right now. The closer the date gets, the more intense the assault becomes. This is the final hour push. This is the last-ditch effort. This is the enemy throwing everything he has left at you, hoping that one of his arrows lands. So expect it. Expect a sudden, almost overwhelming temptation to text the ex, out of nowhere, with no logical reason. A craving for the familiar voice, the familiar comfort, the familiar conversation that always ended in the familiar pain. That craving is not memory. That craving is interference. Do not answer it. Expect a convenient person to suddenly appear in your life. Someone exciting, someone who checks just enough boxes to make you wonder. Someone whose attention feels flattering after such a long silence. They are not the one, beloved. They are a counterfeit sent to occupy the seat that has been reserved for someone else. Expect waves of self-sabotage, a spike in lust that does not match your normal pattern, an urge to numb out, to scroll for hours, to drink more than you usually do, to escape into something that dulls your discernment. Expect a thick, heavy spirit of discouragement to land on you, the kind that whispers, "This is not real. You are imagining this. Nothing is going to happen. You have been hoping for years, and look where it has gotten you. Give up now and save yourself the disappointment." That voice is not yours. That voice is not heaven. That voice is the enemy's last move, and many chosen ones lose their breakthrough in the week right before it arrives because they listen to that voice and quit. Do not quit, beloved. Do not quit when you are this close. The hardest spiritual warfare is always right before the largest spiritual reward. Warning number 2. Do not lower your standards in the final stretch. I am begging you, hear me. So many chosen ones, too many, marry the counterfeit 2 months before the real one arrives. They get tired, they get worn down. They feel the loneliness one too many Sundays in a row. And someone walks into their life who is not it, but feels close enough, and they say yes out of exhaustion instead of yes out of confirmation. And then 6 weeks later, they meet the real one in line at a store or at a wedding or on a delayed flight, and their spirit wakes up and recognizes them. And they are already locked into a covenant with the wrong person. Do not let that be your story. Do not let your story end with the words, "If only I had waited 2 more months." You have waited this long. You can wait the final stretch. The finish line is not the time to quit the race. Warning number 3, guard your spiritual atmosphere. Hear me. What you watch matters right now. What you listen to matters right now. Who you sleep with matters right now. Who you confide in matters right now. The atmosphere of your home, the atmosphere of your phone, the atmosphere of your bedroom, all of it is either pulling the meeting closer or pushing it further. Heaven cannot deliver a covenant blessing into a counterfeit environment. You do not have to be perfect, but you do have to be intentional. Cut off the things that are dulling your spirit. Turn off the things that are feeding lust instead of love. Step back from the friends who are draining your discernment with their cynicism, their gossip, their bitter take on relationships. You are about to step into something holy. Treat your atmosphere accordingly. Warning number 4. Do not announce this prophetic word to people who will mock it. I mean this. Protect the seed. There are people in your life who love you but who are not equipped to carry what God has just released over you. If you tell them, "I heard a word, the date is set, my future spouse is being moved toward me," they will laugh. They will roll their eyes. They will quote your past relationships back to you. They will remind you of every time you thought it was him or thought it was her and were wrong. And every word out of their mouth will be a small dart aimed at the faith that just got built up in you. Do not give them that ammunition. Hold this word close. Whisper it to heaven, not to skeptics. Write it in your journal, not on your social media. Some seeds die because of bad soil, not because of bad seed. Protect what God has just planted. Now, beloved, here is what I need you to do this week. Not maybe, not when you get around to it. This week. First, fast something for the next 7 days. It does not have to be food. It can be social media. It can be television. It can be sugar. It can be one specific app that has been draining your spirit. Pick something that costs you a little and lay it down before the Lord for 7 days as a signal that you are serious, that you are agreeing with heaven, that you are clearing the channel so the next instruction can reach you clearly. Second, repent of every soul tie you are still carrying. Name them in prayer, out loud if you can. Not to shame yourself, never to shame yourself, but to declare separation. Say, I break this tie in the name of Jesus. I take back every piece of myself I left there. I return every piece of them that does not belong in my future. Do this for every person you have shared yourself with who is not the one walking toward you now. Let your spirit be made clean before the meeting. Third, forgive. Every person who hurt you in past relationships, every name still living rent-free in the back of your mind, every wound you have been quietly nursing for years. Unforgiveness delays divine appointments. It is a spiritual weight that drags on the timeline. Release them. Not because they deserve it, because you deserve to walk into your covenant without their fingerprints still on you. Fourth, begin praying for your future spouse by name. I know you do not know their name yet. That is okay. Pray for them anyway. Say, Lord, the one you have prepared for me, the one whose name you spoke in the same breath as mine, I lift them up tonight. Cover them, heal them, strengthen them, remove every obstacle between us. Prepare their heart to recognize me. Prepare mine to recognize them. Heaven understands the prayer even when your mouth does not have the name. Pray it nightly until the meeting happens. If this word is shaking something awake in you, subscribe right now and join the Chosen One family. Do not wait. Thousands of others are walking this same prophetic season with you, and every video on this channel is another piece of the puzzle. The enemy is counting on you closing this video and forgetting everything within 24 hours. Subscribing is your spiritual yes. It is your way of saying to heaven, keep sending. I am listening. I will not miss what is coming next. And do not forget about the guide, the prophetic ebook I told you about earlier. The link is right there in the description and pinned in the comments. Inside that guide is the exact 21-day preparation prayer that chosen ones have walked through and met their spouse within 90 days. 21 days, 90 days. Those are not random numbers. That is the prayer rhythm heaven has been releasing in this season. You need that prayer before the meeting, not after. You cannot prepare for the encounter once you are already inside of it. You prepare now, tonight. Download it before you close this video. It is the second half of the assignment heaven gave me for you. Now breathe with me. The warnings are spoken. The watchman has done his job, and the watchman would not have warned you if heaven was not about to deliver. The warning itself is the proof that the promise is coming. So let me tell you what your divine union is really about, because this is so much bigger than you have allowed yourself to imagine. Chosen one, this meeting is not just about love. It is about assignment. Hear me. Lift your head. Sit up. Because the next thing I am about to say is the part that will reframe your entire waiting season for the rest of your life. You have been thinking this whole time that you were waiting for a partner. You were not. You were waiting for an assignment. You were waiting for the other half of a calling that was placed on you before you took your first breath. The one who is walking toward you right now is not just a husband, not just a wife, not just a companion. They are a co-laborer. They are a covenant partner. They are the missing piece of a kingdom mandate that has been sitting in heaven, half completed, waiting for the two of you to finally stand in the same room so it could be activated. This union, beloved, is going to break generational curses on both bloodlines. Every cycle that destroyed your parents, every pattern that destroyed your grandparents, every chain that has run through your family for generations, broken at the altar by the power of two yoked spirits standing together in covenant. The same is true for them. Whatever has been running through their family line is going to hit a wall the moment the two of you say yes to each other in the spirit. You are not just getting married, you are ending something. You are ending it for everyone who comes after you. And you are starting something. Together, the two of you will produce things neither of you could produce alone. Ministry, influence, healing for other people. Maybe children, prophetic children, children with destiny on their foreheads. Children heaven has been holding in waiting until the right two people were finally standing in the same place to receive them. Wealth that has been delayed in your bloodline is going to be released because covenant always unlocks provision. Doors that have been closed to you as a single person are going to fly open the moment the two of you walk through them as one. There are rooms you cannot enter alone. There are nations you cannot touch alone. There are anointings that only fall on couples. That is why the battle to keep you single was so violent. The enemy was not afraid of you single. He was afraid of you joined, and your spouse, beloved, and listen to this carefully. Your spouse carries the missing half of your calling, the half you have been searching for in conferences, in books, in solo prayer, in counseling, in everything. The half you could feel was missing but could not name. They are carrying it in their spirit right now, and the moment your spirits meet, you will feel something inside you click into place that has been loose your entire life. That click is the kingdom assignment locking into formation. Now picture this with me. The moment your eyes meet, that ordinary moment in that ordinary place that I described to you earlier, heaven is going to erupt. Angels are going to rejoice. Your ancestors, who have been watching from the great cloud of witnesses, are going to weep with joy because they have been praying for this union from the other side. And demons, every demon that has been assigned to delay you, distract you, discourage you, derail you, every single one of them is going to tremble. Because covenant couples shake hell. Covenant couples are not just two people in love. They are an army of two. They are a strategic threat to the kingdom of darkness. And heaven has been preparing your weapons for years without telling you what they were for. Now hear me, beloved. Hear me prophesy over your life. Receive every word. Do not let one of them fall to the ground. I declare the date is set. The date is set. The date is set. I declare it cannot be moved. I declare it cannot be cancelled. I declare it cannot be negotiated by the enemy, undone by your past, or delayed by your fear. I declare every counterfeit is exposed and removed from your life beginning tonight. I declare every distraction sent to derail the timeline is being dismantled in this very hour. I declare Archangel Michael is escorting your spouse to you right now. I declare every step they take is a step closer. I declare every conversation they have, every decision they make, every door that opens and closes around them is being directed by the hand of heaven to bring them face to face with you. I declare the meeting will happen suddenly, unexpectedly, and unmistakably. I declare it will happen in a moment you were not bracing for. I declare it will happen on an ordinary day that becomes the most extraordinary day of your life. I declare you will recognize them within the first 60 seconds. I declare confirmation in both spirits before the first conversation ends. I declare peace will flood your body in their presence in a way no counterfeit has ever produced. I declare the friendship will be effortless. I declare the courtship will be honoring. I declare the engagement is closer than you think. I declare the covenant is closer than your mind currently allows you to imagine. I declare your waiting season is over. I declare your hidden season is ending. I declare the secret place that has held you is opening at last, and what was hidden is about to be revealed. I seal this word over your life in the matchless, unstoppable name of Jesus. Now breathe with that, beloved. Let it land. Let it settle in your bones. Let your spirit say, Amen, even if your mouth cannot yet form the word. And hear me, this week expect the unexpected. Expect a strange phone call from a number you do not recognize. Expect an invitation from a friend that you almost decline. Expect a detour, a delay, a route you did not plan to take. Expect a stranger's eyes to meet yours and for something inside you to leap. Expect a conversation that goes longer than it should. Expect a moment that feels like déjà vu, even though you have never lived it before. Heaven is moving. The pieces are sliding into place. Pay attention. Stay open. Stay visible. Stay ready. And beloved, when it happens, and it is going to happen, remember this video. Remember this moment. Remember the night you sat where you are sitting now and heaven spoke to you through a screen and told you the date was set. Come back here. Tell me. Tell the rest of the Chosen One family. Your testimony is going to be the very words someone else needs to hold on to. Before we close this message, if something spoken here today has landed in your spirit, please subscribe and ring the bell. Share this with a chosen one in your life who is waiting for their breakthrough. You may be the reason they received the word they needed today. God uses chosen ones to reach other chosen ones. You are part of that chain. And before you go, comment the words, "The date is set," below this video. Comment it as a point of contact for your faith. Comment it as your signature on the prophetic word heaven just released over your love life. Comment it so that when the meeting happens, you can come back and witness to the moment you first agreed with heaven. And one last time, do not forget to download the guide. It is right there in the pinned comment. The 21-day preparation prayer is inside. Begin it tonight, not tomorrow, tonight. Heaven moves on agreement, and your agreement starts the clock. Now, beloved, receive my peace over you, peace over your mind, peace over your body, peace over your sleep tonight. Peace over the dreams that are about to find you in the dark. May you wake tomorrow morning lighter than you have felt in years. May you walk through this week with quiet, unshakable knowing. May your eyes be ready. May your heart be ready. May your hands be open. Heaven has spoken. The meeting is arranged. Go and prepare your heart. Chosen one, love is walking toward you right now.